Hello everybody and welcome to the Kansas Speedway for the 30th race in our 2003 NR2003 season. Will be the round of 12 opener. Today, Ryan Newman on the front row alongside Bill Elliott. Newman, your regular season champion, looking to get his second win in these last three races. This would be a second win in the playoffs. Of course, he won Dover in the round of 16 to get here, looking to do it once again here in the round of 12 of Kansas. As Newman off to the early jump from the pole, leading the way here in Kansas. The Evernham cars behind him, and then it's Kevin Harvick and Ricky Rudd, the top five early here in Kansas as we get underway. Thundering into turn one, Ryan Newman as the race lead seems to have a very fast car. Of course, the Rocket Man qualified on pole. You can see that Ricky Rudd, of course, he's running up there in third. He was just freshly eliminated from the playoffs in the round of 16 after not qualifying for the Talladega race. He eliminated himself, and now he just has to watch where the other guys do good, like Newman. Jeff Gordon was up there in the top five, the 24 car, trying to continue his strong play front so far. But Ryan Newman leads the opening lap of racing here in Kansas over Bill Elliott, Jeremy Mayfield, Jeff Gordon. Behind us, the 25 Joe Nemechek. Big damage on the side of that car. Something has happened in 3 and 4, and indeed, so Joe Nemechek was involved in an accident here with Dave Blaney going into turn 3. The 25 and the 77 go hard to the outside wall. Let's see what happened. You get a replay down the back. It looks like Ricky Craven hits Dave Blaney, turns up into Joe Nemechek, and into the wall hard goes both Dave Blaney, Joe Nemechek. No caution comes out, but the Nemechek's car is destroyed. And that'll end his competitive day. I mean, he's at the back anyway, but he is pretty much done for today. Meanwhile, back at the front, Ryan Newman continuing to drive away from Ricky Rudd and Jeff Gordon here in Kansas, trying to put his mark down on this race on lap 3, even further ahead as he tries to take care of business and get the stage 1 victory here early. That'll be another playoff point and 10 more stage points. So Newman's already daunting total to the rest of the playoff field. Jeff Gordon now in second, trying to hold off Jeremy Mayfield, who's had a very strong start to these playoffs. Of course, didn't make it, but he's been doing a hell of a job in these playoff races. Is now through 3 and 4. Ryan Newman's going to lead the way early here in Kansas. Now on the last lap of stage 1, Newman has led every single lap, pretty much, almost every single lap of this stage. On the last lap of stage 1, Newman looks to continue to dominate by getting a stage 1 victory here in Kansas, and he seems to be cementing himself today as the new championship favorite here this season. He will be overtaking Jeff Gordon, who is the championship favorite coming in, as Gordon has 4 wins. If Newman wins this race, he will tie Jeff Gordon as the winningest driver this season. They will each have 4. As Newman now going through 3 and 4 the final time in the stage, about to get another playoff point onto his total, plus 10 stage points to continue to pull away from that cut line through 3 and 4 the final time. Ryan Newman wins stage 1 here in Kansas. We'll get the playoff point. Mayfield second, Bill Elliott third, Stewart fourth. Then 5th will be McMurray, Harvick 6th, Spencer 7th, Biffle 8th, Park 9th, and Jeff Burton rounds out your top 10. As their stage 1 winner is Ryan Newman here in Kansas. Now a caution has come out of the race now as Mike Skinner, Tabo 9, John Andretti, Jeff Burton, and Ricky Rudd as we get ready to get back underway here on lap 88. Jeremy Mayfield now leads, Jeff Gordon second, Tony Raines in third. Tony Stewart is 1 lap down in the 20, stuck behind the damaged car of Joe Nemechek. And all of a sudden, Tony Stewart's hopes are in severe jeopardy today of staying above the cut line, being now trapped 1 lap down here in stage 2, trying to find his way back up onto the lead lap and in contention for this race, as he had a very fast car, running top 5, top 10. Now he's on the ropes here, 1 lap down. Newman's all the way at the back after pit stops, some strategy plays. So he's trying to work his way back to the front of the field here as we watch Jimmy Johnson. Got a couple of playoff drivers around him there. Harvick, Robbie Gordon, Kurt Busch. All these guys trying to get to the front of the field. But right now, your race leader is Jeremy Mayfield. But here comes Jeff Gordon to the inside. Gordon looking to take the lead away from Mayfield as Gordon tries to get his stage win and put his mark down on this race. Newman dominated the first stage. Gordon is going to hope to try to dominate this second stage, as him and Newman have been the 2 strongest cars all playoffs long almost and all season long up to this point. Jeff Gordon's so fast. Him and Newman has led so many laps this season, and they are the class of the field. A little bit of contact there between Kevin Harvick, Tony Stewart, the 3 and 4 battling for position. Harvick will make the pass on the inside of Tony Stewart. 2 championship contenders going at it right there. Harvick's been having a very strong season and strong playoffs in his 3rd season in the Cup Series. Of course, had a sophomore slump. Pretty big one at that, winless, having a pretty rough points finish, but regardless, he's turned that around here. 2003, got a couple of wins, made it to the playoffs, round of 12, and continued to run well here. Of course, Kenny Wallace here, watching Joe Nemechek stack up Tony Stewart with the 83. Kenny Wallace, the Cinderella into the round of 12, trying to get another decent run to try to get closer to that playoff cut line. But at the front is Jeremy Mayfield's got back around Gordon, and Mayfield now leads in Kansas. Now on to the last lap of stage 2. It is old Rocket Man back in the lead. Newman has taken the lead back here at Kansas now, with the last lap of the stage about to sweep the stages. That'll be 2 playoff points and 20 stage points. Newman absolutely dominating today in Kansas. He is clearly the man to beat. No one has had the pace that Ryan Newman has had, and he might be well on his way to a spot in the round of 8 here with a big time victory at the Kansas Speedway today. Kurt Busch, last car on the lead lap, hanging on for dear life up there. He will hang on as back to the start-finish line. It's going to be Ryan Newman coming through to win stage 2 here at Kansas, and Newman sweeps the stages in Kansas. Runner-up the stage will be Mayfield. Then it will be Jeff Gordon coming home in 3rd. Then 4th will be McMurray. Rusty Wallace 5th. 6th place will be Harvick. Then Junior in 7th. Jimmy Johnson will come through to take 8th. Johnny Benson 9th. And Casey Mears rounds out your top 10 here in Kansas as Newman sweeps the stages in dominating fashion in Kansas. Now we get back underway here on the restart to begin the final stage of racing. Lap 170, 98 laps to go. Newman leads Gordon, Wallace, Johnson, and Benson in the top 5. Newman and Gordon, the top 2 championship contenders in this race. Newman, he's been the dominant car of the day, been pretty much unstoppable. Jeff Gordon's been had some flashes of quickness here and there, but Newman clearly seems to have the long run car that just prevails and just destroys the field on a long run. Gordon, though, trying to make a move to get the race lead. Going to try to steal the win here from Newman, but I don't know if he can. Newman is just too quick today. That man is bad fast here in Kansas. Newman leads. Tony Stewart currently back on the lead lap, trying to hang on to get back on the lead lap into contention in this race. Mayfield currently all the way at the back after pitting. He'll have to work his way back up through the field for the track position game. As we look at this mid-pack battle, 3 wide right there. Mike Wallace, Casey Mears, and Kevin Harvick fighting for position. Harvick currently stuck behind the 25 of Joe Nemechek, trying to find a way by. Got Terry Labonte and Kenny Wallace there around him as well. All these guys are going to get by these slow lap cars, damaged cars, to get back into contention in this race. I mean, a lot of these guys have been irrelevant all day long. Terry Labonte, Kenny Wallace, Mark Martin, Robbie Gordon. Really haven't heard their names mentioned all day. Been pretty silent in this playoff race. Mainly it's been Harvick, Stewart, Gordon, Newman, the main guys you've been hearing up in front. Even Dale Jr. Got some stage points running up inside the top 10 at the moment. But it's going to be an interesting playoff grid for sure after this one, as all these guys being stacked. Look at how slow Jeff Green is, of course, freshly eliminated in the round of 16. And he continues to just be a bog down on the field back here. Nothing so far for him. Bobby Labonte back here as well. He was also just eliminated from the playoffs. Mayfield, they're making inside work, getting by these lap cars. Seems everyone's going to get sorted out up here and be able to continue racing. Meanwhile, back at the front of the field, your race leader is going to be Jeff Gordon. Just made the pass on Ryan Newman. Gordon to the lead here. He will go around Newman on the inside. Gordon to the lead, trying to steal one in Kansas from the dominant car of the day, Ryan Newman. But Newman, remember, he has a very fast long run car, and we'll see if we can get Gordon here over this long run. But Gordon is going to be leading here in Kansas with just 84 laps to go, trying to lap Tony Stewart in the 20, who's also a very fast car today, but been strapped a lap down. Now we move on to 2 laps to go here in Kansas. Old Rocket Man Ryan Newman is taking the race lead back, and Mark Martin has DNF the 6th. One of our championship contenders will DNF in 37th, and that will be costly to his playoff hopes, as he'll be put in an early hole in this round of 12. He'll have to fight back at Charlotte and Martinsville if he wants to advance, but Ryan Newman currently has a 7-second lead over Jeff Gordon and 13 seconds over third place Rusty Wallace. Only 9 cars on lead lap at the moment, as Newman seems to complete a dominant performance here, which would be sweeping the stages, winning the race, leading the most laps. White flag in the air. Final lap is my incredible bank here in Kansas Speedway for Ryan Newman, the Rocket Man out of Indiana, about to get his 4th win of the season and his 2nd in the last 3 races. He is on fire in these playoffs right now, and Newman is easily going to be your championship favorite. He has 8 career wins in his first 2 Cup Series seasons. This kid is insane. Could be one of the hottest prospects in the Cup Series at the moment, as through 3 and 4 for the final time in Kansas. It's going to be a dominating performance as Ryan Newman wins at Kansas and advances to the round of 8. Your runner-up is going to be Jeff Gordon in the 24 with another strong run for his playoff hopes. That'll continue to help him extend his gap to the cut line. 3rd place is going to end up being the 2 of Rusty Wallace, having a strong bounce-back run here. 4th place is going to be Jeremy Mayfield in the 19. He had a great car all day long. Running out your top 5, Jamie McMurray, a solid finish for him. Then it's going to be the 29 of Kevin Harvick coming home in 6th. Another good run for one of our championship contenders. Then 7th place will be Greg Biffle. 8th place, Jimmy Johnson. Dale Earnhardt Jr., the solid top 10 in 9th. And running out your top 10, 1 lap down, Bill Elliott, as Ryan Newman wins at Kansas and will advance to the round of 8. And he is the new championship favorite, as he's really starting to accrue those playoff points. Championship 4 might be in his near future here. See the race results on the left side of your screen. Of course, the Mark Martin DNF, the big one there. And you'll see the updated playoff grid after Ryan Newman's dominant Kansas win in a few short moments. And then we go to the playoff grid. Of course, Ryan Newman clinches his spot in the round of 8 with this dominant win here in Kansas. Jeff Gordon, Kevin Harvick looking very comfortable above the cut line at plus 52 and 45. Tony Stewart, Dale Jr., Terry Labonte all in a pretty solid area. Just no mistakes the rest of the round. They should advance. Stewart up by 22, Jr. up by 21, and Terry Labonte to the good by 18. And then Robbie Gordon, once again, only 11 points above the cut line after the first race of the round. And then Michael Waltrip, once again on the bubble, only 4 points above Kurt Busch, who's just 4 points out, trying to fight his way into the round of 8 once again. Kenny Wallace out by 6 points, keeping his Cinderella run alive. Dale Jarrett out by 10, and after that DNF, Mark Martin out by 17 points. He can make that up, but it's going to be some tough sledding for Mark Martin if he wants to advance to the round of 8. So until the next episode at the Charlotte Motor Speedway for the next race of the round of 12, I hope you all have a good one.